Everybody ready to go?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see we're recording.
Siblings.
We're
I
speeding.
see we're recording.
We're speeding.
Okay, all right, here we go then. No edits, no filter. May 8th, take one.
Yeah.
All right.
Woo!
That's supposed to be an audio clap where everybody lines up and all the claps are exactly right. So we kind of like how it really doesn't line up, but that's how we start every show. Welcome to all the guests that are here today. We're really excited that you're here and a part of this. We do this every Friday. John Droughty, tell us what we do on Fridays.
We talk about autism, the sports, the movies, and several.
We talk about autism, sports, and movies, and etc. That's exactly right. And
Yeah.
today's endeavor is about siblings.
In other words, we just talk random stuff.
Random stuff. That's pretty good, Dustin. I like that.
Yeah, I couldn't get a signal anyway.
For those of you who haven't seen the edits, we decided about a year ago, we started in January of 19, that some of the conversations we were hearing around the warehouse and around the on the Avenue and Woodard Brothers were just priceless. They were awesome, and we thought this would be a really great forum to start. And so we just started one last January, called it No Edits, No Filter. And like Dustin said, what episode is this? Number what? A long time.
We don't do episode numbers anymore.
Well, what would it be?
We just go by today's date.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how we're doing it now.
We've done 50 or so, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got rid of the episode names.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
restarted.
we don't do episode numbers anymore.
Yeah, numbers.
I just call it by today's date.
Yeah.
And so what we do is I kind of officiate this thing, and we throw a subject out there on Fridays, like John Droughty said, and we talk about something and just kind of let it go where it goes. And so today we thought it'd be really cool to have our siblings on here. And the subject today is just growing up with siblings. Is that a good thing, a bad thing? What is it like to grow up with a sibling? How important are they in our lives at our younger years? How important are they in our latter years? And I always kind of start and tell a little story, and then we let it go, and we go about 30 minutes, and then we call it a No Edits, No Filter. And Cody says something that we really like to say at the end of it.
Hey, Tom, what room's that going to be?
This is our picking room, John. This is where product's going to be and stuff's going to be on the shelves. And
yeah,
we'll do that in just a second.
Okay.
So today, since we have so many people on and new guests, I'd like it if we could kind of take turns and raise our hands and be real cognizant of the folks that are in the room and listening and trying to make sense of this. So I'll kind of kick it off with the importance of siblings. I work currently with both of my brothers, and it's been a real blessing. We've been doing that for about a year together now.
Yeah.
John joined us about, has it been a year yet, John?
Yeah. You're talking to your brother, John?
Yeah, he's talking to John.
Yes.
Okay.
Let me ask Brother John. It's been about, in June, it'll be a year. Is that right?
Exactly.
Yeah. And Matt, my youngest brother, or our youngest brother, he and I have been working together for about 5 years now. And it's meant the world. Our cousin just came by, Woodard Brothers, and said, it's got to be cool working with your brothers. And it is. I'd say it's a very cool thing. We do very different things here for the companies, but everybody has their role, and we work together on that. And it is great to be back together. It's kind of like it was when we were kids growing up a little bit. We get to laugh and cut up and punch each other in the arm and do all that kind of stuff. So I grew up in a house with 3 boys. We had there were 4 brothers. We lost one early on. I was 4. He was 2. He passed away of what we think was probably a peanut allergy or something like that. At 65, we didn't know. And I've always wondered what it would be like. He would be 57 years old today, and what it would be like to have another Woodard brother around. I don't know if the world can handle it. So I always wondered what that would be like. His name was Charlie, and what he would be like today. And what I can recall growing up with brothers is that it always had somebody to play with. Always had somebody to go out and do something in the yard with, whether it turned into competition or a fight or whatever. It was just fun growing up with brothers in the household. And so I'm going to ask John not to tell any bad stories on me growing up.
Oh,
We got
Believe you, I've got a
Pepperoni.
few, but I'll leave those alone.
Yeah, please leave those alone. We got to keep it clean and all that. But just growing up with brothers was real important. It gave me built-in friends and all kinds of things. So I'm going to introduce my brother down here, and I want everybody to go around and introduce themselves. I'm Tom Woodard, native Nashvilleian, and my brother's down in the other corner right down there, and I'm glad he's joining us for No Edits today. Cheers, John.
Cheers. Thank you.
Riley, why don't you take the honors of going next, buddy?
That was to me, right, Tom?
You, Mr. Riley.
Okay.
Introduction.
Making his No Edits debut, I'd like to introduce my brother, Ty Delaney.
Hello.
Hello, Ty Delaney.
Hi,
Where are
Tom.
you? Ty, where are you right now?
I'm in Holden Beach, North Carolina.
Tell us a little bit about what you're doing over there and introduce yourself to the group.
I am a boat captain down here in the coast of North Carolina. I run fishing charters and sometimes taxis on the water, but I also do my main gig is something called CTO, where I don't know if y'all have AAA, like your car breaks down, you call someone to pick it up, and they tell you. That's what I do for boats. So if someone breaks down, I go run the boat out and go pick them up.
That's awesome.
So, it's a lot of fun.
I need to come hire you to go fishing then. Good to know.
Let's go fishing.
I like it. Dustin, why don't you continue right off top? Introduce yourself.
Yeah. I'm Dustin. Lived back here in Nashville for a couple of years, and like I said, my brother Brennan, he's not going to be able to join us. He's currently overseas in Afghanistan, working as a private security contractor.
So he's doing double secret things, and he'd have to shoot us if he told us what he did, wouldn't he, Dustin?
Yeah.
Nice reference.
Yeah, I was gonna say, y'all know the movie 13 Hours?
Yeah, it's about the Benghazi attacks.
Yes. My brother Brennan, he does that exact job. He works out at the American Embassy.
Wow.
Okay.
That's awesome.
That is awesome. That's power. That's good stuff. Well, we're sorry. I saw the notification go out to him. I'm sorry he can't join us. Dieter, give us a.
That's cool. He's probably busy.
He is probably busy keeping us all safe.
Yeah.
Hey, Dieter, why don't you introduce yourself?
Yeah, I'm Dieter. I'm just a dude that hangs out with everybody. Pass a little knowledge along when it comes to video work and editing, and I just enjoy life with these guys, and I'm proud to call them my friends.
Amen.
We all love Dieter. Dieter, I'm going to brag on Dieter in a minute. Dieter is head of our production department on the Avenue and does a great job of shooting video and photography, and is a great creative mind. He and I have been working together now for several years, and that relationship will continue to grow. And he does a lot in teaching all of us how to operate video equipment, how to think strategically, how to write. Just brings a lot of energy and a whole lot of direction and experience to the team. So we're very grateful on our class.
Can I go next?
Don Rowdy, why don't you go next?
Scoot back, John.
Scoot back just a little bit.
Shoot back.
I'm John Roy. I lived in Nashville since 1990. I'm from Florida. We live in the South. I'm at my mom's clinic and all that.
Okay. John, we're glad you're on the Avenue with us. Thanks for the intro. Cody, why don't you introduce yourself next?
I apologize for that, guys. It was a strike of lightning.
Who's that, Leo?
Leo,
What was
you're
that?
up.
Go ahead, Leo.
Did y'all hear me?
We did.
Gotcha, buddy.
Cody, you're up.
Cody, why don't you tell us who you are and where you are?
I'm Cody. I'm Cody. I live in Las Casas. That's a small town adjacent to Murfreesboro. I forget how long I've been working.
My cuts there.
I mostly do
Somebody
commercial.
in the background, can you mute it, please, while everyone else is talking?
I think it's John's mom.
No, it's coming from this computer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks like it's coming from David's mic, maybe.
Watching video.
When talking in the room, would you please just mute your microphone, please? There we
Yeah.
go. There we go. Go ahead, Cody. Finish up your intro.
Sorry, Tom.
That's okay. Cody, finish your introduction. Was that it?
I thought it was enough, but okay. My brother would have appeared, but he'd rather not be doing this.
There you go. Okay. You have a brother named Jacob who's done some work for us in the past and been on the Avenue with us. Cool.
Yes.
What are you doing on the Avenue?
I mostly draw.
Cody, you're a great illustrator and came to us a couple of years ago and been illustrating for us ever since. So we're blessed to have you on the team. Hey, Brad.
Yeah. Hey. Yeah.
And if you see on the screen, can you tell us why your last name, however it is Bramlett, could be Aswell? So could you tell us how you got the name Mr. Aswell?
Yeah, but before we get to that, I just wanted to say, but it seems you missed me because I was supposed to go after according to my screen.
I messed that up.
It's all jumbled. Everybody's screens are different.
Oh, okay, yeah.
All right, Brad, you're up though.
All right. Well, to start off, I'm Brad Bramlett, and I've been working on the Avenue for almost 2 years, and joined with me today is my sister Lauren.
Hello. Hi, everybody.
Hey,
welcome.
All right,
Thank you.
And here's another thing. So the reason my last name is now Aswell is because of one day I went to lunch and there was a guy whose name was also Brad, and I'm Brad as well. It's crazy.
The cashier needed a last name. And so she came up with that, which was funny.
Yeah, and I guess that means Lauren and I are no longer related.
I guess not. I lost a brother. I'm gonna miss you, Brad.
I know, but I'm still here.
My last name should be Matt as well.
Yeah. Oh, that reminds me. We do also have another brother, but he's been with us today.
Yeah, he's working.
Yep.
Well, that's good. It's good he's done. Brad,
Yeah.
thank you for that explanation. And so Brad's secret 007 name is.
Yes, so.
He wears the socks.
Yeah.
I kind of think of that as like some new nickname.
I like it. Yeah.
Sure, yeah.
It's his pen name. Everything's under Brad Aswell.
Yeah.
Brad, who is it next to you? David?
It was David, but he vanished.
I think David Burrs, are you there? Did we lose you?
David Burrs.
He's off screen now.
Yeah.
Yeah, David is off screen right now. This is his dad. We could fill in a little bit. So we're John and Mary, and we are David's father and mother. And this is our first time getting to meet you folks, and we're just really enjoying ourselves. We also have siblings. I have a brother who lives in Denver, and a wonderful guy. He's a bachelor, a little younger than me, loves the mountains and so on. Was able to retire, has a few health issues, but is a wonderful guy and has supported me in some very hard times, and I like to think I've kind of supported him as well. So let me turn it over to Mary. Maybe she can talk about her sibling a little bit.
Hey, Mary, first of all, I'd like to say on behalf of the crew, we're really glad you're doing better. And Dave kept us a little bit of abreast of what's been going on, and you've been in our thoughts and prayers. So just wanted you to know that a lot of folks thinking about you.
Thank you so much. You know, I just feel better seeing all these great people on the screen. It's amazing. That's good medicine. Thank you. Well, I'm David's mom, and here comes David right now. Well, I've got one brother who is as crazy as I am, and that's pretty fine. You ought to hear us on the phone together. But and I just don't know what I would do without my brother. And David, are you there?
Just want to say one thing about Mary's brother. I hope Mary doesn't mind this, but he is a retired Navy doctor, a neurologist, and all through Mary's hospitalization, we were talking every single day. And he has a nickname. It's Dr. Miller to everybody in the world. We call him Pep. I'm not sure exactly why, but that's the family name. And Pep was so helpful to us understanding what Mary was going through and so reassuring to us as to how it was going to progress. And he'd been through a similar issue, so he was able to relate that to us. But I think the message, I think from both of us, is that brothers and sisters are really very special.
It's true.
And the older you get, and we're pretty old, the more you appreciate them, more you depend on them. You know, you go through life and you meet lots of people, you move around, you have friends, and then they drop out and stuff. But if you're really fortunate, you keep your sibling all your life, all their life, and they just are the one constant in your life, maybe next to your spouse.
It's true.
I guess.
So we'll sign off and let David have it.
Here comes David.
Your parents,
David's already here.
your
If
parents
you haven't noticed.
glad they joined us today on Sibling Day. That's awesome. I appreciate the insight there. David,
never
you have anything
mind.
you'd like to say? Introduce
Yeah.
yourself.
Well, I'm David, and I've been with on the Avenue for about 3.5 months. Right now, not making much money right now for obvious reasons. So, other than that, I've been confined at home, walking every day except for today because the weather is pretty crummy out. That's pretty much it. I'm
David,
either,
the coronavirus happens. I don't know what that says about it. I'm kidding. I'm teasing.
yeah, I'm either in the sack or on the road walking.
Yeah, good. Next on my screen, I've got Matthew and a prettier version of Matthew over there. I would think. That's sitting next to you there, sir.
Okay, she's an exact copy of me.
Not at all.
But no, she isn't. Well, I don't know. Pretty close.
Yes.
I hate the hair.
Yeah.
Hey, Matthew.
I will say our hair is the exact same texture, which is weird, but it's very true.
So.
Well, introduce yourself and
Why don't you start, Maggie? And
You want me to introduce you?
well, they already know me.
Oh, you want me to talk about myself?
Yes, yourself.
Okay.
I know.
I'm Maggie. I'm Matt's sister. I'm 2 years younger than him. Yeah, I'm 2 years younger than him. Our birthdays are actually really close. They're like a couple days apart. He's the 17th of January, I'm the 23rd. And then I'm a junior at Belmont studying accounting and entrepreneurship. And that's me.
But
Also,
on this call happy.
Is it fun fact? Prior to myself getting into this area of being in video, Maggie, was already doing that, modeling, with photos and maybe some video appearances and maybe some interviews. So, little fun fact.
Yeah.
On the camera, you're behind it, and now you've got it in front of you.
Yeah, so it isn't her first rodeo.
Well, there you go. All right, Spaceship Commander Alex, you're up on the next on my list of people to please introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about your siblings.
Sure. I'm Alex. I've been here on the Avenue for almost, I think, coming on 9 months soon. And I do a lot of the audio work. I work with Dieter to kind of get the production side of things done. I live in the sound world more than the video world. And it's been a real blessing to get to impart skills and watch these guys grow and grow along with them and just crank out projects working together. It's been really cool. I have a brother and a sister. I'm the oldest. Okay, well, I'll tell the full story. So I have two siblings by blood, a younger brother and a younger sister, and then 5 step siblings, an older brother, an older sister, 2 younger brothers, and a younger sister. So altogether, just like immediate family for holidays, we have like 11 people in the house. So it's never a dull moment, but we all get along, and you know, it's always a lively time when I go home.
Cool, awesome. All right, Lauren, tell us a little bit about what you're doing these days. Brad's sister, Lauren, give us a little background.
I'm Lauren. I'm 31. I've lived in Nashville for pretty much my whole life. I haven't been working because of this virus. The last day of work was March 17th. So I've just kind of been hanging out in the house and trying to stay safe and doing a lot of Zoom calls.
Are you hanging out with Brad? Are y'all in the same location, or are you at your place? And
No, but I'm at my place. He's at his place.
Well, not my place, our parents' place.
Right.
Now, are you home?
Yeah, with our parents, yeah. Yeah.
They won't let me in the house, so.
That's alarming.
Hey, brother.
Good for you, Brad.
Yep.
You got that new name, and now you're allowed in the house.
So essentially,
True.
Lauren,
Yep.
in the technical true words, you are in the doghouse.
Yeah, I guess so.
Oh.
I'm in the coronavirus doghouse, I guess.
I mean,
that's cold.
I've just heard that phrase. I'm going to put you in the doghouse.
I mean, I think I am. They made me stay outside the other day.
Oh, that's what it is. I love it. Leo, it looks like you're comfortable. You're the most comfortable person on the Zoom. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing fine.
Excellent.
He's all bundled up.
Hey guys, let's let Tom talk, okay?
Let's let Leo go. Leo, introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about you and your siblings.
Okay. Reportedly, we grew up as 5 very different ones. My brother Joa always found it weird how I didn't like milk on my cereal. But I don't even like milk itself. I don't like it at all.
I don't either.
So you've got one brother, Joel. You've got 4 total siblings. Is that right?
Yes.
They live in Nashville, Leo.
Nobody left.
Yes. Except my sister is now in Japan for a year.
You ever see her? Do you get to touch her head up?
Japan. Huh.
Since she's been in Japan?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And who we got driving next to us there? We got, dude, man without a mustache. He's shaved it.
You shaved, T-Scan?
I thought you were going to. So the coronavirus is officially over now. Tyler shaved his corona mustache.
Yes, Paul.
Yeah.
Really, I shaved too.
It didn't end up. It wasn't getting any longer, and I figured I'd start over and try again. So can you guys hear me all right?
Yeah. Are you right?
Yeah, I'm in the passenger seat, so I'm not driving. But yeah, I had to go pick up my girlfriend from Boston to bring her back to Pennsylvania, and she didn't have a car, so she's been trying to get home this whole time, but didn't have a way out until now. So I have 2 brothers. They're 7 and 11 years older than I am. So they both moved out of the house by the time I was like 11. So I really haven't seen them for an extended period of time in a very long time. And until the quarantine a couple of weeks ago, we were all back together under one roof for the first time, I think, in like over a decade.
Wow.
And we got right back to playing Mario Kart on the Nintendo 64, and it was a lot of fun.
There it is. There it is.
Hanging out with those guys.
Excellent. Good. And Tyler, you've been on the Avenue with us now for, gosh, a while.
Yeah, I started off in September, so I've been an intern since September, just helping out any way I can, helping set some things up. Doing anything these guys I can help with. So,
Cool.
yeah.
Yeah, we're looking forward to getting back in Nashville. Sure. Dustin, you got a question?
Actually, I was gonna say, that hey, guys, y'all wondering how long I've been with you guys. I've been with you guys 2 years.
That's all I'm gonna say. You're getting old.
I've been with y'all 2 years.
I'm glad you did for 2 years too. We got to get you guys.
I started in 2017, so I've seen a lot of changes here.
No, what this means is I'm getting old. I would like to put that on you guys, but I'm the one getting old. Who else we got on? Shane, you actually using your real name today?
I thought it convenient.
Introduce yourself.
Hi, Shane.
Good to see you. You're the man behind the curtain. So introduce yourself and tell us about your siblings.
Well, I have 2 siblings, and I never talk to them.
My sibling is next to me, and he doesn't want to talk either.
And then my brother, John, introduce yourself. I think you're the last one that hadn't introduced himself.
I'm John Woodard, Tom's younger brother.
Younger brother.
And I enjoy working with him now. And I was in the restaurant business in Nashville for a long time, and was in the wine business for a long time in Nashville, and glad to be a part of Woodard Brothers. We just went through a huge move and got unloaded and unpacked, and we're got our shop set up over here and ready to go.
Yeah, exactly. Well, guys,
And it seems Jacob is left.
Cody, you had Jacob there for just a second. We bored him to death, and he left and went to the other room. Is that right?
No, wait. He seemed. Never mind.
Well, so does
hey Tom, I'm sorry I don't have anybody with me.
hey, buddy, do you want us to tell about? Do you have any siblings, John?
Well, I have a brother, but he can't really join us. He's up in Kentucky, and he works and all that.
You ever get to see him, Tom?
No.
So we've talked about it, and John and Mary did a really nice job of telling us about their brothers and their sisters and their siblings. Does anybody want to share the importance of siblings and give us an anecdotal story possibly about something about how important their sibling is to them, or maybe not? Shane, if you don't see the guys, do you want to share something with the group about your siblings, maybe why you don't see each other? Anybody want to go first?
I mean, I can volunteer if no one else wants to.
Tom, you're frozen.
Go ahead, bud.
All right. So I guess for me, the important thing about siblings is it's someone that you can count on no matter what you're going through. This last decade was kind of a roller coaster period, as my family refers to it. We had some high points and we had some really low points too. And pretty much the only constant was family. And so I'm extremely thankful for it throughout all the moves and all the different locations and everything that I had a brother and a sister to kind of stick by me and to stick by them as well, to kind of just have a constant support group. There are a million stories I could tell that are great about Austin and Abby. I'll go with most recent. They both decided over their quarantine that they were going to lip sync to my sister's favorite Disney song. And then they did that, and they had so much fun that my sister then wrote her own spoof song about how it sucks to be quarantined with Austin. And it was like a musical argument back and forth between the two of them. It was great.
Awesome. So entertainment, our siblings keep us entertained and the ups and the downs, right? Whether it's a good time or a bad time.
Family's there through it all.
Yep. John and I lost our dad this past year. He passed away, and I think it's really brought us closer together in a lot of ways. I think you start to realize the importance, like John and Mary said, siblings being there throughout your life. And they're the friends you don't really choose, you know. They just kind of choose you, and all of a sudden you're in a house with some girl or guy, and you're trying to figure it all out just like they are. So that's cool. Anybody else want to share an anecdotal story?
I've got a funny story about Matt.
We definitely want to hear it.
We're recording, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We definitely are.
I still have a scar on my hand from where Matt cut my hand open and gave me 25 stitches.
You sleeping?
I also, I mean, it's not all his fault. We were both very dumb and very young. I think we had to, neither of us had started school. You might have been in preschool or kindergarten. And I definitely instigated the situation. It's just funny that Matt was the one with the knife. Anyways, super young. Had
Yeah,
an
guys,
apple,
I'm a killer.
Had an apple. I told Matt, I was like, Matt, just cut the apple. And I'm pretty sure he was like, no, like, we're not supposed to use knives, like, this, whatever. And I was just like, whatever, we're doing it. Cut the apple. So I had the apple in my hand like this. And then he cut it, and then it cut my hand, and I still have the scar to this day.
There it is.
There it is.
Yeah, man.
It wasn't our brightest moment.
It wasn't your brightest moment. Okay, very
No.
You could say they weren't the sharpest knife in the box.
He ain't the sharpest tool in the shed.
Hey, so Ty, give us a Riley story, man. I need a good growing up.
Oh, dear God.
Riley's a sports fanatic, as we know, and he's doing the Riley Sports Review, which I'm sure you've seen both episodes, right?
I love it. I love it.
We love it too. It's a big program. We love it. Doing a great job. Where did all that come from? Where did his love for sports come from?
I'm trying to think. We always grew up. We always watched Tennessee football every Saturday.
Sorry about that.
Growing up, when we were in Knoxville, we'd go to the game like by boat every game. We'd go to every game. We'd go back for the year.
What Tennessee team?
Good ball.
Balls. What else? I'm trying to think. I don't know. Neither one of us really played. I played tennis. I've got a lot of health issues, so I couldn't play football or anything. And Riley, like, he was kind of doing his own thing. So, like, we didn't really play a bunch of sports, but we grew up watching it. My mom's big into the derby. She had a virtual derby party, didn't she, Riley? I wasn't there.
Yeah.
I wasn't allowed to come home either. I've been down here.
Oh, so I'm not the only one. That makes me feel better.
I don't think I've seen Riley since Christmas. So.
Yeah.
Sorry, I might have made a comment without thinking.
It's okay. I'm glad everybody's getting to see their brother and sister by way of no edits. That's pretty cool. Good call.
I wish my dad's brother was here. I'm sure he'd like to meet you guys.
Your dad, he mentioned his brother, David. He mentioned
Oh, he
his
did?
brother and how important he is in his life.
I'm sorry. I wasn't here.
Lauren,
Sorry,
we
I
want to know
missed that
something
part. I
about
wasn't here.
It's all good, David.
Lauren, I'd like to know something about the mysterious Mr. Aswell. We need to know something about the little story.
Let's think. I'm trying to think of a good story of Brad.
Yeah.
Can you think of one, Brad?
I'm thinking too.
I
don't know.
Take care of who is Brad, because he's like one of the most responsible, conservative kind of guys I've ever met. Does he take care of you, Lauren, or do you take care of him?
He takes care of himself, his own self.
Yep. So we're both pretty independent.
He's the most responsible human being I've ever met.
Yeah.
I've always joked that he was adopted because he's way more responsible than the rest of us.
Oh yeah.
Or maybe I was adopted. I don't know.
Yeah.
Cody, do you want to give us a
this
Jake?
video and audio is choppy.
I can't think of any.
Well, this is our biggest Zoom call so far. It's got a lot of people on it.
I like this. This is very nice.
Yeah, my sister couldn't make it. She was going to try, but she's busy.
I can't think of any anecdotes.
Why are siblings important? We've already talked about that they're your lifelong friend and that they're always there for the ups and downs, but why else are they important? What else is a sibling supposed to do, guys?
I know I haven't come up with anything.
Ty's got an answer.
Yeah, Ty's got his hand up.
I've got one. So they kind of relate differently from a friend. have to deal with your parents like you do. They go through the same old as you, like you do growing up together with them. And throughout life, y'all do end up going through similar instances through the same parents and everything. For instance, in I think it was 2006, Riley broke his ankle. Is it 2006?
Yeah,
And he had to have a bunch of surgeries and get all that situated. And I watched him go through that and helped him through that. And then in 2013, I had a bone sticking out of my arm. And I was able to go to Riley and talk to him about it because, like, he understood what that was like. And it's different talking to a friend because they don't live with your parents. They don't know what it's like growing up with them. So y'all can kind of piggyback off each other's experiences to talk it through and help each other out.
That's cool. That's cool. That's a great story.
Mm-hmm.
David, what about you, man? Why are siblings important in life?
Because you need someone to turn to in times of trouble. In case you need to talk with someone, you're there to support them. They're there to support you. And when your parents pass on, all you've got is each other. We've got to support each other in any way we can. John, you all right?
Yeah, I'm
Hey, John.
fine.
Why is it hard to be a sibling?
Draw to your Woodard.
Well, I think it's because both siblings may have different point of views of things that may not necessarily agree or line up.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
With each other. That's just my take on it.
Yeah,
That's my take on it.
different. But we all have a love for each other that's unconditional. I think that word
That's
unconditional is important, John. And
An
John,
unconditional bond.
yeah, you were mentioning that earlier, John. My brother John, I know.
I guess there is kind of an unconditional bond by default, I guess. But at least I said something.
Why is that important, Cody?
There's someone there for you. I'm sorry, I'm not prepared for something like this.
No, that's okay, buddy. I think the neat part about it is even when we might drive each other crazy as siblings, there's an unconditional love you have for each other. You can say anything. I can say anything I want to John, and he might hit me in the mouth, but I can say anything I want to him. And yet if somebody else says something bad about him, I'm going to come to his rescue. And I think there's a coolness about that always having somebody in your corner. And I think that's important. I have two older daughters who have each other, and I've got a younger son who doesn't have a sibling in the house, and it's different. He's fine a little bit. He doesn't have that person to relate to, like Ty was talking about, because his sisters were older and are out of the house. So I think having somebody to grow up in, and we used to have bunk beds at our house, and boy, the stories you'd tell in the middle of the night, and just having somebody in there to share your nightmare fears and sometimes create your nightmare fears and keep you on your toes, a little bit of both. So I think the word unconditional comes to mind for me with my love for my brothers. And I think that's important. Yeah, Alex?
I think there's I don't think it's a negative. I think it's a good thing. But I think there's a big responsibility too that comes with being a sibling, because like your opinion and the things that you say, they're going to be taken more seriously, and they're going to last longer than anything a friend could say. So I think there's a really cool responsibility in the role that a sibling plays, as far as like where you are in their heart, I guess is how I'd summarize that.
With that response.
I wanted to add to the discussion.
Yeah, go, Matt.
I guess me and Maggie, we're would you say we're sort of independent? We do our own.
Yeah, we're complete opposites.
We're complete opposites to one another. But when we are in need or we need help, we're sort of jump in if.
Yeah.
So that's.
We're complete opposites in every aspect of our personalities, every section. Which is interesting when anything happens, because there's always going to be an opinion from both sides, which is probably something that's super helpful. So I think that's what we find most of the time.
Awesome. Anybody else got one? Leo, you got any other insight?
No.
Are you going to explain what that is back there?
I think
What
he
what
already
is?
did, Big John.
What's that? What's behind
Who are you
me?
talking to?
John?
Are you going to explain what's back there? What's that going to be?
What's behind me? You guys wanted me to give you a little tour right now of the Woodard Brothers location? Is that what we're saying?
No, what's going to be back there?
These are shelves that will have product on them. We just put them in.
We'll send the NDA to my sister and anybody other.
Okay, we'll let them on here. This is all good. We'll let them out on the NDA.
Come on, Matt.
This is a picture. We're a product of Allay. Let me show you some of the first product we moved over here is the Chipper Things product and the North Mountain product. Some of our clients, and it sits on the shelves like this.
Yeah.
And then you come through and pick that when the orders come in.
Yeah.
It's our pick room over at Massman. Yeah, I thought Siblings were so important. We named a company after it. Maybe the most creative world calling it. It's pretty good putting a name on it.
Tom froze.
And this is our shipping room, right, John? Is that right?
You were pausing in and out, Tom.
You're too far from the router, Tom.
I'm too far from a router. That's probably my.
Yeah, this is getting, yeah, some of this is getting skippy and tinny.
Getting better now. I'm sorry. I hate that do that. Get too far from a router. Well, we'll take a tour another time.
Yeah, I would say so.
We gotta get that. We gotta get that in person tour once this coronavirus.
Yeah. Well,
I
some
agree.
of us on this call will actually. I mean, the majority of us on this call will be able to actually go over there and work.
Sorry, guys. Or not.
I've got something to.
My back.
Tom has officially entered into the matrix.
Go one.
Maybe stop motions.
You could just appear on John's camera.
Yeah. Yeah, I would. I'd go get on John's camera, but it seems
Is that better?
Matt?
figured.
My back.
Yeah.
Sorry
Matt?
about that. Sorry about that.
Matt? Hello, Matt? Matt?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm
is
here,
that your
David.
sister or is that your GF or what?
That's his
my
sister.
Sister.
Oh, okay.
Sister.
Okay, all right.
Never knew how much I missed ya.
This is a sibling.
That reference was forced.
She's the better looking version of me.
That's good, man.
Guys, anybody else want to chime in on the subject of siblings? Or any other thing that any of the siblings would like to say about their citizens?
They're all great, man.
All great. I'm going to cut this off before John can tell any stories on me.
Why?
Oh, come on, Tom. That's what I came for.
Oh, no. We're not going there. We're not going to get there.
Okay.
We're going to close it out like we always do?
I think we have to close out like we always do. I think we should let Cody, since Cody's on with us today, and I kind of miss Cody, you counting us out. So why don't you tell us goodbye? I apologize up front for a little bit of the language, but this is how we end every episode. Cody, first off, before you end it, I want to thank John and Mary for joining us, and Lauren and Ty. Ty, you got something to say?
You can finish. I was good.
I was just going to say thanks to the siblings that joined us today, my brother, everybody else that joined, and thanks for sharing stuff about them. If you hadn't talked to your sibling in a while, get off the phone here and get off this little call and give them a buzz and spend some time with them somehow this weekend if that's possible. I would suggest that heavily. Now, what were you gonna say, bud?
I just want to say thank you for the opportunity. It was great to meet all of y'all, and hopefully after all this COVID stuff settles, we can meet and hang out in person the next time I'm in Nashville. I just really enjoyed this.
Awesome. Well, we've really enjoyed getting to know your brother and having him be on the avenue with us, and we know a lot more stories than we let loose of today. No, I'm kidding.
There's a lot. Just be careful. He does bite, but.
And we carry the torch. We give him a hard time all the time.
Hey, Tom. Monday I'll hopefully have my own computer up so we could really talk.
That'll be good, John. And,
yeah.
And we back away a little bit so we can hear you better.
Yeah.
Maggie, thank you for joining us. You and Matt, please give Stacy a big hug for us as much as you can. Tell her she's been in our thoughts and prayers. John, Burrs, please tell Mary we're thinking about her constantly. Let us know if we can do anything.
Thank you so much. We appreciate being part of this. We really do. I'm sorry Mary had to go get some rest.
No worries. I understand that. So it's probably my time to go take a nap too. No, I'm kidding. So everybody, thank you all so much for being on here. Lauren, it's great to see you again.
You too.
Everybody be safe out there. We'll see you Monday, same time, same bat channel. Cody, show everybody how we close this thing out.
Big ass taco.
Three words for you.
All right, guys. I'll see you next week.
All right.
Thanks everybody for coming on today.
Meet everybody.
See you on Monday, I guess.